I want to share with you 10 provocative thoughts on religion, spirituality, and God that you have not heard before. They will challenge your perspective and encourage you to look at things from a new angle. The last point that I share with you is mind-boggling. It might even shock you, but it has the power to change the world. Please share your comments and constructive feedback. I'd love to find out what you disagree with, what you agree with, and how did it change your perspective. All right, let's start with the first point. Many people ask the question, what is the difference between religion and spirituality? Religion is only for the purposes of the mind. Your soul does not care which religion you follow or whether you even follow a religion. It doesn't make any difference to your soul what you believe and what you don't believe. All right, you might be thinking, how do I define the soul? There is an energy, there is a life force in you and me that keeps us living. If this life force leaves, the doctor will tell my loved ones, Ravi is gone. My body will still be there, but the doctor will say, Ravi left. Now, you might call this life force, this energy by many names. Call it the soul, call it the spirit, call it Atma in Sanskrit. It doesn't matter what you call it, but this is the energy that gives us dynamism. This is the cosmic energy that flows in us. Okay, back to our discussion. Religion is for your mind. It is your mind which tells you, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Buddhist, or I'm an atheist. It is the mind that tells you what religion you subscribe to. Beliefs apply only to your mind. Your soul is beyond the mind. Your soul is beyond any belief. Just think about this. This first point, the difference between religion and spirituality, and the fact that religion is only for the purposes of your mind. Think about that and think about how that might change your perspective. Let's discuss the second point. Religion and spirituality are completely distinct. Imagine if you had a picture of a Hollywood star, say, I don't know, Julia Roberts or Tom Cruise, or if you are a follower of younger pop stars, then Drake or Justin Bieber or Shawn Mendes, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, take your pick. Religion is like a picture of your pop star. Spirituality is actually meeting with them in person. And it's not a quick meeting where you're standing next to the red carpet and they're walking by and you just wave them. It's a meeting where they dedicate their entire attention on you. They focus on you completely. Imagine what that would be like to have your favorite pop star or movie star dedicate their entire attention to you. There would be no comparison between a picture and meeting your movie star in person. There can be no comparison between religion and spirituality in the same manner. Religion is just the marketing. Spirituality is the actual product. Religion is like ground transportation. Spirituality is the actual airplane. Now, whether you use ground transportation, a train or a bus, or whether you take your own car and drive to the airport because you're an atheist, you find your own way, you bicycle there or you walk there. It doesn't matter how you get to the airport. What is important is getting to the airport. Spirituality is the end goal. Spirituality is the destination. Think about this second point. Religion is just the means. Spirituality is the end goal. Most spiritual and religious leaders give complex and confusing answers for the definition of spirituality. Therefore, many people think spirituality is mystical and it's mysterious. Nothing can be further from the truth. May I offer you a very succinct definition of spirituality? Spirituality is the direct experience of your own soul, the life force that flows in you. That is it. Spirituality is the direct experience of your own soul. That is the most succinct definition of spirituality that you can find. Focus on this simple definition. You do not have to worry about all the complexity and confusion that is out there. When you experience your soul, your life will completely change. There is an ocean of peace within you. Spirituality is experiencing that infinite peace that is within you. Spirituality is life's most amazing gift. It is incredible. You must experience it. The material world, we spend all our time in the material world, is just the side act. Spirituality is the main act. This third point is extremely important. Please take it to heart. Your best life awaits you. This fourth point may come as a shock to you. Spirituality is not about God. Spirituality is as simple as connecting with the energy within you. You can focus on God, but that, let me tell you, is a roundabout way of making spiritual progress. God is not accessible to us. God is not within reach easily. And there are so many questions about God that might confuse us. You may be religious and you may be a big believer in God. I understand that. I appreciate that. I am religious too, but I have recognized that religion and spirituality are distinct. God and religion help us deal with our material problems, our worldly problems. But when it comes to spirituality, keep it simple. Just focus on experiencing that energy within you. Experience your soul, because if you do that, your life will open its wing and turn into this beautiful butterfly. And then, and only then, will you understand the true nature of God. Until then, everything that you know about God, everything that you hear about God is hearsay. This fourth point, spirituality is not about God, is critical for serious spiritual seekers to understand, because it redirects them towards what is within their access and where they must put all their focus. In the fifth point, let us talk about how amazing spirituality is. Religion may discriminate between man or woman. Religion may discriminate between gay or straight. Spirituality does not discriminate. It cannot. This is incredible. Spirituality does not discriminate. It cannot. In fact, you may be religious or you may be an atheist. It does not matter. Spirituality does not discriminate. What your gender is, what your sexual orientation is, what your belief is, does not matter. We all have equal access to spiritual ability. Spiritual ability is there in all of us since the day we were born. Nobody can give you spirituality. Nobody can take it away from you. Spirituality is in our DNA. If you are human, you have spiritual ability. This fifth point is so incredible. Think about it. Religion discriminates. Religion excludes. Spirituality is all inclusive. Isn't that amazing? Do not let anyone tell you spirituality is complex or it's difficult to access. Spirituality is simple, it is natural, and it is automatic. Yes, that is true. And you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to believe me. I do not need your belief. This is something that when you try it for yourself, you will discover that is the truth. Just as when you put a seed in the ground, in the soil, and you water it, that seed will germinate. You do not need to believe anyone. You will see that truth for yourself. It's the same thing with spirituality. Spirituality is simple, it's natural, and it grows in you automatically. You have to do certain practice, but it will happen for you, and it will happen for every one of us. Truth does not need belief. Truth needs to be experienced. You do not have to go to a temple or a mosque or a church. You do not have to go on a pilgrimage. You do not have to go to the top of the Himalayas. You do not have to climb Mount Everest to find spirituality. Spirituality is there with you 24/7. You can achieve spiritual progress in your own home. Yes, it is true. You are self-sufficient when it comes to spirituality. This 7th point is so great. Spirituality is so amazing. It is available 24/7 right where you are. Anything that you do to satisfy your mind, including religion, can only give you happiness that is temporary and tentative. Happiness that is achieved through the material world, through worldly pursuits, are always temporary. They always lose their sheen. If you want permanent happiness, if you say, well, I want happiness that never goes away, that happiness you can find only when you go beyond the mind. On earth, spirituality is the only source of permanent happiness. There are so many studies done on happiness from top universities, including Harvard and Yale, but they have to understand that what they are researching and writing about is temporary happiness. It is permanent happiness that really matters in life. And the person who understands this 8th point is on the way to self-realization. What is God? People have pondered this question for thousands of years. God has been defined as infinite, as omnipresent. Then let me ask you a question. Why is it that we can't see God? There are 7 billion people on earth. How many do you know who have met God? Imagine how big a news it would be if someone actually met God. That would be the viral news of the century. It would spread like wildfire. Why is it that we can't see God? Now let me tell you something that is a key philosophical point, very important. Your mind cannot see God. Your mind is not the tool to see God. Why? Your mind is a tool to interact and survive in the material world. Your mind is used to dealing with finite things. Your mind is not the medium that will help you succeed in the spiritual dimension. Your soul is the only handshake to God. That life force, that cosmic energy that is within you is your connection with the infinite. This is huge. All the religions, or most of the religions in the world, are all geared towards your mind. All the mythology is for the purposes of your mind. Religion wants you to experience God through your mind. It's not going to happen. It cannot happen. If you want to meet God, and whatever name you call God by, you may call him as Allah or Christ or Krishna or any other name. If you want to meet God, you must go beyond your mind. Only when you go beyond your mind will you experience God. And an experience that will be so much more profound than any label that you put on God right now. I love this 9th point. It is truly a philosophical gem. It is a spiritual truth. Please think about it deeply. Now let me share with you the definition of what is God. The most logical and scientific explanation for God. God is the universe. The universe is God. I'm sure as you heard this, you probably recoiled a lot of thoughts going through your mind, because since childhood, we have been taught God created the universe. There is a distinction between God and the universe. But think about it. If the universe itself was God, how incredible would that be? That would mean your God and my God would be the same God. I am of the universe, by the universe, living in the universe, for the universe. You are of the universe, by the universe, living in the universe, living inside the universe, for the universe. How incredible is that? If God is the universe and the universe is God, then all the misguided fighting about religion and God can stop. It means all of us are one. This is so powerful. It can change the world. It can change the course of human history. God is the universe. The universe is God. Please think about this. This is such a powerful, powerful point. And in my book, I go into all the explanation about it. So you can read about that in more detail and why God is the universe and the universe is God. But think about this assertion. It really has incredible power and incredible ramifications. It can bring so much peace to the world. God is the universe. The universe is God. Please think about all these 10 points that I have shared with you. Think about the ramifications on the world and on your own life. I would love to hear your comments and constructive feedback. Please share them with me. Tell me what you agree with, tell me what you don't agree with, and tell me how your perspective is beginning to change. Thank you for listening. At your core, you are peace. Be who you are. Be peace. Be peace.